get talkback on this?
I don't know. I couldn't hear none of the production.
Oh, you don't have talkback. You can just hear me.
Oh, okay.
That's why the C squad.
We don't even have talkback. The A team have talkback?
No.
For the purposes of this broadcast, we're going to say the A team has talkback, though.
Okay, that works.
Welcome to day 2 of the Bahamas National High School Basketball Championships. A matchup between two former champions, the CC Sweden Cobras and Tabernacle Baptist Falcons. I'm Ronaldo, joined in the booth by John. We're the C squad.
C squad.
The A squad is who you watch on ILTV for the 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock game. The B squad, myself and Shane Stubbs. This is the C squad. This is me and John. So this is pretty much exactly what you would hear on a 10YS podcast, but now we're actually in the booth calling a game.
Definitely at the national level. Two good teams playing, I guess. You have to say, not with that play that happened just there, but
no, not that one just now, but well, this is exactly the kind of matchups you want early when you think of the nationals, because you want the best teams to face each other right away. And that's exactly what we get here. CC Sweden in game 1 just got by Agape 48-44. Tabernacle had a much easier time as they blew away Princeville in their opening game, but it remains to be seen, though. One thing we should keep an eye on, have they recovered from a late game that they played last night? Because Tabernacle was playing well past midnight.
Yeah, Tabernacle played on West Coast time last night, so they started at midnight. It seems like, I mean, we left at 11:30 and they just barely started. So,
yeah.
Rest should, I think, will be an issue.
So 4-3 early on. Tabernacle, of course, the defending champions, but this is a different Tabernacle team. Desmond Butler, who was the MVP last year, the lead guard for this team, he's gone. And we've seen the growth of Joshua Dames. He's developed from a 6-man off the bench a few years ago, and now the unquestioned leader of this team and one of the best players in the country.
Oh, definitely. You could see a couple years ago when he was on the under-17 Central Basket Team in Dominican Republic, you could see that his game was going to flourish. He just wasn't your regular type of player. He could shoot the ball. He's a real shooter. So the sky's the limit for him. He's definitely, I think, the next Tabernacle Falcon. They're going to go D1.
And he has, of course, a Hugh Campbell MVP under his belt, so expect him to do big things in this game. But he has help alongside in the front court. He has a young up-and-comer in Roma Dean, who's been getting a lot of looks from a lot of big-name programs. Tell us a little bit about Roma Dean for people who have not seen him play.
Roma Dean's one of those. I would guess he's still a sleeper right now. A lot of people don't know who he is, but he has 5 offers right now from Power 5 conferences: Ole Miss, Seton Hall. I mean, if you want to go Power 6 or 7, doesn't really matter.
We can say Power 6.
Yeah, but
I know if we given 7 though.
Yeah, but definitely he has big schools. Arizona State, for example, 6'6" kid. He has he's still raw. That's the thing. Most Bahamian athletes are still raw, but he has gone. He played in Canada this summer, and he was able to show his skills, and people just see the raw ability of him. And right there you see Coach Clark. I spoke to him before the game, and he was like, "Boy, you better be prepared for this hacking team, because you know how people think about Nassau and Freeport teams, just like in the Mario Bowleg days." So CC Sweden will be playing hard defense.
Yeah, I mean, and their calling card hasn't changed since the team transitioned from Bowleg to Wade Watson. Dean makes 2, and Tabernacle takes an early 7-4 lead over CC Sweden.
Yeah, CC Sweden.
Christian Manise.
Yeah, we're pretty bad at names, guys. Apologies already, but
with the 3 to tie the game at 7. Anytime you hear us pause, it's because we have no idea how to pronounce the name. I know how to say that one though.
And that's being youthful. Roman Dean was able. You see how high he got there though, and that even though he fell and hurt, he's up. But that's what the scouts love. He just skied up there. Like that was a literally like a one-step jump right there.
Dean got all the way up for that block, and the game doesn't even pause for a second. He's still running up the court very gingerly.
Put some dirt on it, and then
I don't know if Coach Clark is going to get a timeout just to give him a breather, get him at the game just so he can recover.
You also got to remember these FIBA rules, so you could only call on dead balls. And Romad, that would have been nice if he hit that shot.
You know what? You know what gets you to recover from an injury really, really fast?
Scoring.
Be wide open for a J.
Yeah.
Because he didn't hesitate for a moment.
No, that injury was non-existent. Oh.
Haywood Seymour with the rebound for CC Sweeting, and he's fouled. This CC Sweeting team, they're a lot different than they were last year too. So I guess you'd have to call it a mass turnover for both of these teams. Both of these teams have at least, just from the eyeball test, at least 3 new starters.
Yeah,
for both of them.
Because last year Tabernacle pretty much ran high school basketball.
Yeah, they won every tournament.
Yeah, it wasn't even a question of who the best team was last year. But it's Donkey going up for them, and this is how if CC Sweden wants to win, that's how they're going to have to attack the basket. They put the head down, attack the basket type style. Because
I feel like that's a scouting report for every G2SA team.
Close enough, yeah. I mean, it's almost like the student
copy and paste it.
Yeah. Name a player, name a coach, and a team, and
that's true.
This is how they're gonna play.
So Anton Williams, the hero from last night, and CC Sweeting got 2 big buckets down the stretch late. Tied at 44 with a gap with 15 seconds left to go. So Donato Adderley at the line for Tabernacle. He misses the first. Misses them both, and here comes the Cokes. Clifton Barr behind the back. He'll get it to Williams.
The thing about this tournament is the 6-minute quarters to me is one of the biggest things. I really feel like it should have been 8-minute quarters.
Yeah, I mean, well, with more games that they added to the schedule, you had to find some way to fit them all in. So you had a reduction in the time, and the 6-minute quarters means a lot because we've seen underdog teams jump out pretty quickly, and no matter how heavy your favorite or how talented you are, sometimes it's difficult to catch up in such a quick time span.
Yeah, you're losing a whole extra quarter.
I mean, we can ask St. George's about that. I mean, the first three games of today, so far we've had 2 eliminations, 1 big time upset. So
that was just watching that game, that was a crazy game for the people who watched it. It's something where I can't tell you, I haven't seen St. George's like that in a while. Like, they were flustered, and Gateway just came out, and they didn't care who they played against. And that's, you're going to get those. Like, we always thought Gateway was a good team, but
we didn't think upset St. George is good. Gateway has come out, they dominated St. John's in game 1. And to come out and upset St. George's in game 2, I mean, we've been saying for the last 2 years, so Gateway was too good for the Family Island division.
Definitely.
They walked through
No disrespect to the other teams, but Gateway,
Gateway
has a talent level for the last couple years. Just like when PJ Bethel had that talent level for the last couple years when they were playing the Nationals. It was something like that where you wouldn't want to put them in the Family Island division because when you're a player, you want to play against the best because you know you can. And that's the biggest thing. Gateway showed today that they could play with anyone in the Bahamas.
Yeah, if you beat the top, because St. George's second-ranked team in the nation, the top team in their pool, them, obviously the sky's the limit. So 11-8.
It's a very slow pace compared. I thought it was going to come out more run and gun on both sides.
Well, CC obviously trying to quicken the pace of this game. That's putting pressure in the backcourt, forcing Tabernacle to try and speed up their offense.
There's body control by Josh Danes. That's something you can just see because he's not only a shooter, but he can penetrate in the lane.
Yeah, Mountain Goat has gotten tremendously better.
Yes.
At putting the ball on the floor and scoring off the dribble. Yeah, that's his nickname.
Yeah, Mountain Goat. In case you haven't know, we had a video back in the day. We'll share it later on, but like I said, the sky's the limit for him. He's like 6'2" now. But it seems like anytime that Tabby gets a basket, CC just comes down and answers it. So
Manasseh in the lane with the jump hook. James will try to answer. He's fouled on his way to the basket. Surprisingly, nobody in the bonus yet. A lot of these games we've seen teams have been so foul prone that midway through the quarter, everyone's in the bonus already.
And that's also
Dean from the corner for three. That comes up short. Isaiah Brennan gets the rebound. 7 seconds left. Time for one shot.
rims out.
A three-pointer from Ethan Monroe rims out. And CC Sweeting takes a 13-10 lead at the end of the first quarter. But Tabernacle, I think you have to find a way to establish Roma at the end. So far, just 2 3-pointers from the left wing. We haven't seen them in the post. They have a size advantage, but they haven't taken advantage of it with Dean on the inside.
Yeah, Roma does. Tabernacle is one of those teams. Like I said, the shots have to fall. If the shots don't fall, then the offense is going to be
I guess every basketball team.
No, but Tabernacle, look, you can see the difference. The difference between Tabernacle and CC Sweden is Tabernacle will shoot shots, but CC will drive 90% of the time. So
you know what it looks like? Every time they take a three, they look really uncomfortable doing it.
They game last night and having a time. I mean, you can only take so much. Yeah. So it's just crazy. Like you're playing back to back. It's also crazy for some of the teams today, like Gateway and St. George's, have to play again tonight. So it's like
this is all a part of the nuance of tournament play. Sometimes it's not as simple as do I have the 5 most talented players on the floor. So you've got to take those other things into account. I mean, NBA players sometimes don't even play back-to-back, and you're asking high school kids to recover from a game where they played at well past midnight the night before. They got to come back out here and play in the afternoon.
Yeah, NBA, it's something where it's you don't they after back-to-backs, like they have to have a day off where they, you know, it's like you can't practice if you're going to have a back-to-back. Like they have so many rules to it to be able to rest the players properly. But I guess when you're getting paid millions of dollars, you have to protect your investment.
You got to do something. And, you know, these ones play for free, so there's that. So actually a good entry pass in the post from Ethan Munnings. Tried to get it down low to Seymour. He mishandles it, turns over to Tabernacle. Dames drives right again.
And that's the second one that's rolled out.
He's getting the shots that he wants, so that has to be a positive sign for Coach Clark.
Yeah, and he's not only getting the shots, he's trying to bully the game into doing what he wants to do, and that's going to be the biggest key. And there's Romad going up high for like we've seen him play before, but it seems like he's gotten some more reps in his game now.
That comes with reps. That comes with playing a higher level of competition. He looks more comfortable. I think we saw him as a junior playing up just because of his size and just because everybody around the program knew, you know, we have to get him on this curve of getting better right now. So they played him up, and as a junior playing up with seniors, you're going to be tentative. Now he looks like he belongs out there. Still want to see him more aggressive. They're trying to establish.
Ball's coming. Get the TV.
Good call.
Almost knocked over the set, but we're fine, guys. Don't worry.
They're trying to establish Adderley in the post, but I want to see them rotate that. I want to see maybe Adderley up top on the wing and get the ball down low to Dean.
Yeah, but you could also say you can see if Josh and Dean have an inside-out game. Like that'll be an interesting combination to see if they can do that.
Sounds like a Booker Ayton pick and roll. You calling for the Booker Ayton pick and roll?
Yeah, and then
it's the most fair pick and roll in Phoenix.
Yeah, Ethan could be the Josh Jackson and throw the alleys.
I haven't seen Josh Jackson play in like 3 weeks. So Dean starts a fast break, gets it to Monroe, leaves it for Bain, he blows the layup, rebounded by Munnings. Here come the Cobras the other way. Williams gets it to Seymour. So both teams blowing relatively easy layup opportunities, easy scoring opportunities here early in the second. Offensively, pretty much at a standstill. 13-10, Cobras lead. Falcons have yet to score here in the second, still looking for that first bucket. That's a three from number 11, Ethan Monroe. Great play call out of the timeout from Coach Clark.
And that's what's important. Important to be able to run your plays out of a timeout and take advantage of a pretty much a dead ball situation.
And the Cobras unforced turnover. Falcons with a chance now to take the lead. There's Dames and Dean were in that pick and roll. Dean up top misses his third three. Obviously not afraid to take him, and the coaching staff is comfortable with him taking those shots because that's his third three-point attempt.
Shoot or shoot.
Has yet to make one.
That's it. But definitely you can see it just looks like fatigue is setting in on Tabernacle. Like you could just see the little lethargic out there. It isn't like the quick bursting or anything.
Jumper in the lane from Manas, and Cobras regain the lead.
You know, Wade Watson, the coach from CC Sweden, was going to come out and because he was pretty upset yesterday against the Gappy. They came back and was able to win, but you know he probably gave them a good lashing.
Yeah, I mean, obviously every team is happy to win, but sometimes it's the way you win.
Yeah.
Obviously a whole lot of room for improvement from the CC Sweden team. I mean, look, there's still a whole lot of game left to be played. We don't know if they're going to improve on yesterday's performance. They look a bit more polished on the offensive end, running some of their half-court sets. Still a bit careless with the ball, though. 3 turnovers this quarter so far. Overs inbounds it to Seymour. Williams pump fakes on the 3, gets it down low.
And that's a silly foul by Josh right there. Being too aggressive right there. He could have, he was trying to make a play happen. That's all you can see.
Checking into the game for CC Sweden, it's number 13, Lotario Maki. Haywood Seymour checks out. Watch it! Maki gets it and nearly turns it over, but Ethan Munnings comes up with it. Williams for 3. Rebounded by Munnings, he goes up strong, but he's going to be fouled.
That was a great box out there. Almost looked like something I would do on the basketball court.
I mean, you have been heralded for your box out skills by Mario Goldegg. I mean, you know what? You said it. Nobody really knows how true it is.
It's pretty true. You can ask Mario. But that's going to be a big part of the game, getting in position and getting the rebounds, because you're going to want to get to the free throw line. You're going to want to get those easy baskets because, like you said, 6-minute quarters. Get the lead as high as you can, as quickly as you can, and most likely you'll win the game.
Stephen Bain checks in now for the Cobras. Munnings at the line, shooting 2. This is the first. This second quarter has slowed
tremendously.
Tremendously from the pace that they established in the first. Munnings misses them both. There's Dean with the rebound. Dames with the pull up. His 3 rims out. Monroe drives right, tries to cross over. Great defense there by Williams.
I know we're not that well known for shooting in high school, but boy, it's been a rough shooting game.
2 good looks there for Joshua Dames. I mean, he's a great shooter. You expect him to knock down an open look. But that's the kind of half-court set that the Falcons want to run. They just didn't capitalize on that possession. So the Cobras again forced to rush up a shot late in the shot clock. Too content to just pass the ball around on the perimeter, I think. Nobody really attacking. Just moving the ball laterally. Here comes Williams. Oh, that's stopped. It's got to be basket interference, but he didn't have to.
That was rolling in.
I mean, because as off as that layup looked, it was going in.
Yeah, no, it was rolling in. But I mean, you're playing aggressive. If you're a coach, you can't be mad at that because your players being aggressive.
A coach absolutely gets mad at everything. Every single thing a player does. Whether it makes sense or not.
But at that point, the kid's hustling, and that's what you want to ask for with these kids when they're
what else you
playing.
could ask for? Give me my 2 points back.
I mean, yeah.
After this game, you go to Wade Watson and you ask him if he thought that was okay.
I asked him about that play.
If they lose by 2. No, ask him if they lose by 2.
Of course he's going to be mad and lose by 2. He has a good run.
So Williams, Bain, Mackey, Munnings, and Joshua Anderson, the 5 on the floor for CC Sweeting. The Falcons go with Monroe, Dames, Dean,
Jared
Hall, and Isaiah Brennan. Brennan goes up and he's fouled. He'll go to the line shooting 2.
This has not been a friendly rim at all.
A whole lot of free throw attempts, not a lot of free throw makes so far for either team, really. The game has slowed down, like we said, but nobody's been able to take advantage because nobody's converting at the line.
Seems like CC is just content to slow the game down and take as much time as they can.
Again, hoisting up a late 3 at the shot clock.
And that's it. I have issues with that. I feel like, they're a running team. And you have to be able to, I know you have to be able to run an offense, but just throwing the ball around to me that's not good offense. Like run a set of something when it hits 14 seconds. Like just don't pass the ball until 5 and then you're hoisting up a shot.
Nobody's attacking, nobody's really penetrating this defense that Tabernacle is playing. They're just passing it around on the perimeter for 20 seconds of the shot clock and then throwing up a desperation 3. Anderson attacks, but he misses the layup. But that's a much better possession than what they had the previous 3 to 4 trips up the court.
Yeah, and it also goes to show with GSSA doesn't have shot clock, so it shows something with the different styles of play that each team brings in this tournament.
There's a steal that Trap was looking for. Brennan gets the fast break layup.
And we're tied up.
And the Falcons tied the game at 15. 8 seconds left. Williams controls it at the top. Gets it to Bain. Back to Williams. The dish inside to Munnings.
And that's number 2 on Romad, which could be a... And that's with 0.8 seconds left. That's a pretty big foul there for...
That's a tough foul to take, like you said, with 0.8 seconds left to play in the quarter. But great patience there by Williams. He could have easily chucked up a three-pointer at that point, and nobody would have blamed him for it. But he saw Munnings open and got the ball right down to see him. Three-point play for the Cobras. And CC Sweeting takes an 18-15 lead into the half.
Yeah, definitely no Coach Park isn't that happy with that first half performance. You can just see it in his facial reaction over there. And same, Coach Watson isn't happy with this team's performance because he feels like he should be up by more.
So we'll be back for the second half. This is the first game of today's winners bracket after a series of eliminations in session 1. CC Sweeting up 18-15 at the half. So back for the second half, CC Sweeting with an 18-15 lead over Tabernacle. Interesting music selection. We go from the NCAA tournament theme, the one shining moment, to some Afro beats.
Yeah. You got NCAA tournament big game tonight.
I can't talk about it. It's not good luck. Last time we did this broadcast, and
it wasn't me. You were on the B team.
Yes,
I was on the C team. This is new karma.
It was still the night of the Sweet 16, and I talked about it, and then Kentucky lost to Kansas State, and I'm just not going to talk about it. I'm going to ignore it completely and focus on what's this thing called? Nationals.
I'm going to go with UCF still got robbed against Duke, just so y'all know.
They did.
Yeah.
So for Tabernacle, how do you reverse the tide in this game? Because CC Sweeting really was in control throughout.
I think Josh and Ramat have to have an inside-out game, and then you're going to have Ethan, even though he's the smallest person on the court, slash to the basket. Like, to me, that's going to be the biggest way they can make the comeback, I guess, of 3 points.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a one-possession game this entire time, but it's felt like much more than that because both these teams have struggled to score.
Yeah, and it's just been like, as you see, when CC Sweeting gets the ball, it just slows down completely. They use every second of the shot clock.
Obviously not the way the Falcons wanted to start the third. A turnover, and then you give up an offensive rebound to Munnings, who gets the easy putback. Two-possession ball game. Munnings again on the boards. And Adderley have to do a better job keeping him off the glass. You see 2 rebounds already on the first two possessions.
They definitely just have to put a body on him, and that's the biggest thing. Someone just, when the ball goes in the air, find someone and put a body on him, and that's the way you're going to get the rebounds. Like if someone feels uncontested, they're going to feel like they can get every rebound.
So the Falcons inbounds to Brennan. He operates top of the key, pull up J, rims out.
Josh with
rebound and putback by Joshua Dames. Really carrying the Falcons offensively at this point. Cobra's fine a cut in Munnings, and that's going to be called travel. He's going to be called for a walk.
I was going to say that was number 3 on Romad. That would have been. I think I would have wrote the end for Tabernacle with that. Like I was going to write him off for 4 minutes left in the almost 5 minutes in the third.
If the Cobras are able to capitalize, but I mean they're not playing well enough to blow the Falcons out at this point. So despite all of Tabernacle's mistakes, despite the turnovers, they still have an opportunity. One shot away, and there's Dean.
Just like that.
All for his first 3, but like you said, shooters keep shooting, right?
Subconsciously, he heard me, so you know.
I feel like he did. Makes his 4th. Tied again at 20. Travel. That's going to be a travel. I don't think I've ever seen anyone travel just stepping into a jumper.
Well, no, he like hopped and then stepped. It was like
he was trying to jump there,
seen. But you know,
James Harden's ruined basketball for everybody.
If he would have gone backwards, they wouldn't have called a travel.
Dean with the drive to the basket. Maybe that 3 woke him up. One thing I like about his game, you could tell that he knows at the next level, I am going to have to play on the wing.
Yes.
There's no way that I can just operate in the post because I'm in the Bahamas and I'm 6'4", 6'5", that I'm going to play the 4 or 5. That's not going to happen. You are going to be on the wing. I don't know if it's like a wing player.
Yeah, I don't know what his wingspan is. I'm assuming it's around 6'8" or something. That's a 10YS official stat.
Yeah, completely pulled from out of nowhere.
Yeah, but you can see he has the length on him to be able to. That's why he could guard so many positions.
So a 7-0 run now for the Falcons, sparked by Dean. And they have a chance to go up 6. Monroe breaks out of defense, dishes it out to Dean for 3. Misses off the front end. Cobras take it the other way. And Seymour is blocked. It's going to be called a foul. He'll have a chance to go to the line, bring an end to this run.
That's a great hustle play right there. It could have been a short, like it was pretty much a fast break right there, but they were able to stop it and put him on the free throw line where he struggled today.
So Haywood Seymour at the line.
Everything
but that works.
Everything that I say is just the opposite. So
that's usually what happens with commentary.
Yeah.
Like all you had to do was give a percentage.
Yeah.
Or say that he hasn't missed, and then guaranteed to miss them both. You say he struggles at the line, guaranteed to make them both. So a brief little 7-0 flurry. That's going to be another travel. A brief 7-0 flurry from Tabernacle is stopped by Seymour's 2 free throws. And now the Cobras, after that turnover, have a chance to tie it again at 24.
But the pace of the game is like a 7-0 run, and they're only a 2-point lead. It's like...
Well, surprisingly, moving the ball up and down the floor quickly benefited Tabernacle during that brief stretch. We expected that to be more of a CC Sweeting thing. But now they look better in the half court, like they found a way to attack this Tabernacle defense. Seymour there with the layup set up by Williams.
Yeah, definitely the CC Sweeting right now, like that last one they ran the play. They didn't just pass the ball around and let the shot clock go down. They came up, they were decisive, and they ran the play. And that makes a big difference in basketball. With my basketball knowledge.
Inside information?
No, that can't be inside information.
So Dean comes off the curl. He's going to be fouled, and he will go to the line. Clearly looking to establish him both on the wing and inside.
And that's
Joshua Dames is not going to be able to do it alone.
No, and that's what I'm saying. The inside-out game, like you say, the Booker Aiden combination that they have in Phoenix, that's what you want to be able to see with them, where eventually Josh's shots start getting knocked down. That's what Coach Clark anticipates, that he's going to knock down the shots.
So Dean makes 1 of 2 at the line, 6 points in the quarter from him. Tabernacle has a 1-point lead, and now extending that trap to 3/4 court. Dean and Brennan have him locked up. It's gonna be a foul.
And those are the worst fouls, yeah, because you do everything
The
right.
trap worked perfectly. They had the ball dead.
And it's just one movement too much as opposed to just keeping your hands up and staying still. That's all you have to do. You don't have to grab or anything. You have them. As Norris would say, you have the 3 defenders. You have you have the backcourt, and you have the sideline. So
instead of a turnover, CC Sweeting gets an opportunity to score. They blow it. Dean with the rebound. And he's going to be fouled in the backcourt by Williams. That's just a bad foul. You have the forward for the other team bringing the ball up in the backcourt. Williams, for no reason, just checks him with his body. Picks up a useless foul.
Say basketball. Got a hack.
Dean all the way to the rim. He scores another 2. So Roma Dean, 8 points now in the quarter.
Roma Dean came out this locker room and he decided that he was going to play basketball.
What'd you think Clark said to him in the locker room?
Play basketball.
You feel like that's it?
Yeah.
You gave the PG-13 version.
No. I really believe that that's what Clark said. Ask him after the game.
Latario Maki there with the buckets. Now, anytime one of these teams looks like they establish a bit of momentum, somebody has the answer, and that is setting us up for one of those kind of finishes. It feels like that's what this game is going to come down to. In the corner, and a 5-second violation.
And there you go. That just happened, but they called a foul by the half court. If you just hold your position, good things are going to come out of it. And
so that was great on-the-ball defense from Clifton Barr, but nobody from Tabernacle came to help Dames when he was in the corner. And after a great defensive series, CC Sweeting just turns the ball over. Miscommunication on the wing. Williams throws it to nobody.
And like you say, in a close game like this, every possession is going to matter.
Approaching the 1-minute mark here. Monroe operates top of the key. Pull up three. Looks for a foul. He doesn't get it. Dames tries to save it. Over to the Cobras, who push it up the court quickly. Ball for three. His three is short.
I thought he was touched there on that one, but the referees didn't make no call there.
Well, just under 40 in the game clock. 15 on the shot clock. Monroe drives the lane, goes up with his left hand. He misses.
And that's Monroe's game right there, slashing and getting to the basket.
Oh, it's going to be called for a charge.
That could have gone either way, I think.
I feel like that's every charge call.
Yeah, but I personally thought that was a blocking. I thought he was still moving.
It's like you can call holding on any play in the NFL. Block charges, I feel like that's always subjective.
Controversy. Everything.
So you can pretty much turn the shot clock off. 24.5 seconds left on the game clock. The Falcons, pretty sure they'll hold it for the last shot. So Barr now picks up Dames full court. Brennan will control top of the key. Gets it in the hands of Monroe. Steps into the lane and he's going to be stripped. And Manas just beats the buzzer.
And that's not a way you want to end a quarter when you could have the last possession and you have a 1-point lead. Make it either we take the last shot and get nothing and the quarter's over, or just run out of time.
So nobody able to gain any separation there in the third. We came in separated by 1 point. End of the third, still separated by just a single point. This game seems like it's going to come down to the final possession, because both teams are now playing very evenly. When one team makes a brief run, the other team answers. Tabernacle able to speed up the pace of the game, which worked well for them. Romad Dean had a big third quarter. He was leading the charge, but now Dames has to get back into it.
Definitely, and in any basketball situation or team, you're not going to win a game if only one person is handling business. You have to be able to have 2 to 3 players who can put up points. And we don't have the stats in front of us, but I'm assuming Romad has around 12 points.
I mean, that seems like a good guess. Yeah. 8 that quarter.
I'll say he has around 12 points for the game, maybe even 14. And when you have that much load on one player, it just isn't going to work out. I guarantee if you look at CC Sweeting, the score has been,
they have a much more balanced scoring effort. CC Sweeting, it seemed like they found the answer to scoring in the half court. They struggled with their half court offense. In the second quarter, you saw them just running down the shot clock, desperation heaves. But in the third, much better in their half court sets. They got the ball down low to Bunnings quite a number of times, and he was able to either make a play or dish an assist to somebody else. But the offense looked much more fluid.
Yeah, it was stagnant. The first half it was more stagnant. The third quarter they came up, but both teams looked a lot better.
So here we go, 6 minutes to decide it. One of these teams will get their first loss of this year's Nationals. Adderley with the rebound. Gets it into the hands of Jared Hall. Just checking into the game now. This is a big spot for a backup point guard to come into the game with this level of intensity in the beginning of the fourth quarter of a 1-point game. Dean all the way.
And you know what the thing is? I was just going to complain about saying he should have just gone right as opposed to going left, and look what he did.
Like, gotta be ambidextrous.
Isn't he left-handed?
I don't know.
I don't know either. We'll find out on this free throw shot, guys. But I really thought he should have just kept it in the right, because he had an open lane. He made that shot a little more difficult, but he got the and one.
But he was using the rim to protect himself too. You know, you have a shot blocker.
Right. That's surprising now. He's right-handed and he did that.
So you know you have a shot blocker chasing you from behind. You use the rim to protect yourself, give yourself an easier layup. Williams gets it to Anderson. Anderson, the floater in the lane, regains the lead for the Cobras.
And Williams been consistent all year, regardless of who CC Sweden has played. I think he's I actually think he's a top player on the team. He always comes day in and day out.
So Dean called for a charge. I don't know about that one.
As we said when I said it, you know, it could go both ways. Block, charge, foul. Just
I mean, well, that's one of those you got to let them play. He made a great spin move there in the lane. It's one thing if that defender was there and had his position established, but clearly he was moving his feet trying to keep pace. Nevertheless, charge called. And the Cobras airball it. Ball will stay with CC Sweeting.
And just looking at the like I say, they just look tired. Like it's a different, it's a you know, everyone has their hands on their hips.
And clearly this is not a very deep team. They've only gone 7, 8 players so far in this game.
Yeah, so that makes a big difference too. But like I said, it's just one of those things. There's a Coach Clark right now talking to Josh, saying, "Josh, hit these shots, you know." That's what his probably.
I mean, he did have an easy putback off the missed free throw. I'm sure you're gonna have you're gonna tell him about that a lot later on. So.
Oh, definitely, they will know. Don't miss a layup when I'm watching.
So the Falcons stay with Hall in the backcourt with Monroe. Adderley, Dean, and Dames up front. For the Cobras, they go with Williams and Barr in the backcourt. Manas, Anderson.
Action, cross action, cross action, cross action. Cross action, three.
And Mackey, number 13. Williams inbounds it. That's going to be a shot clock violation.
Like I said, just even watching him, you can see that he's made to be a guard or on the wing. Like,
and Hall has it stolen away. Williams with the dish to Anderson who blows the layup. Hall gets it ahead. Joshua Dames, and he blows the layup. Expecting contact there. You know what? I see what happened. He took the sleeve off. That's what shooters do when they feel like, you know, my rhythm's off, I need to make a wardrobe change. He took the sleeve off. I don't know if it helps.
Change the karma.
Karma got worse.
Yeah. Put that sleeve back on, Josh.
You might want to put the sleeve back on. Just under 4 minutes here to play. Nathaniel Bain, number 24, now checks in for Hall. Coach Clark looking for an answer at that guard spot. Bain gets it to Dames in the corner. He's not finding what he wants out of that spot. He's rotating somebody alongside Ethan Monroe.
You can see that the game plan Wade put in was make sure Josh is uncomfortable. Like, there's been a defender on him every single second of this game. Yeah. They're not giving him a chance to have any looks.
So Anderson misses the turnaround on the baseline. Falcons with it the next way. Adderley looking to go coast to coast. Monroe dribbles out of the trap in the corner. Dribble drive out to Adderley. And his shot from long range is good. So a three-pointer from Donato Adderley. And the Falcons go ahead, 32-30. Williams airballs a three. Mackey with the offensive rebound, finds Anderson. Dishes it to Barr, who looks like he rolled an ankle. So Clifton Barr He is hurt. Teammates come over to check on him. So a big shot from Clifton Barr to tie the game. But he goes down.
Looks like it's just he landed in the wrong way.
Yeah, I think it looks like he came down on the foot of a defender.
Yeah.
At this point, can't tell if it's a knee or an ankle, whatever it is.
He said it was ankle, so
he can't put pressure on anything. His teammates take him off the floor, but they've got to regroup. 2 minutes, 31 seconds left to play, a tie ball game. One team stays undefeated through day 2. One team suffers their first loss and goes to the losers bracket. Maine gets it up court. He's blocked.
Bravo. Yeah. He held on to that ball, and then
a good play immediately goes bad. Haywood Seymour, with the block. Travels immediately after, so the Falcons retain possession.
And that's how most of this game has been the whole time. It's they just can't put the run together, or just
this is a game that's coming down to the last possession. Like, you can see that you can see it developing. Omar Dean again, and he seems to be most comfortable when he gets the ball on the wing, because anybody that's his size in this league, he can beat him off the dribble.
Definitely.
So Joshua Dams has struggled for much of this afternoon, but Romar Dean has stepped up, and he's been the best player on the floor all game. The possession arrow.
No, it's foul on.
It's foul.
Yep. That's the third foul on CC Sweden, so no bonus.
So big possession here for the Falcons, an opportunity to go up 4 with less than 2 minutes to play. Right here, this is where you need to run your best play. A 4-point possession, a 4-point lead at this point is huge.
Foul on
Monroe's going to be fouled on his way to the basket.
That I feel like they got bailed out there, because it wasn't a really good play that they were running right there.
But you got to be able to defend without fouling.
Yeah.
Monroe converts for a 3-point lead.
As you know, and even just pulling for our teams in basketball, boy, 3-point lead is
a
nice.
3-point lead is not safe, though.
Yeah, and nice.
It's nice. Not as nice as
But
that 4-point lead.
lead.
That 4-point lead, though. It's a world of difference. And Monroe knows that as he's at the line, shooting the second. Falcons take a 4-point lead. Cobra's looking for an opening somewhere in this defense. Williams finds it. Adderley comes up huge with the block, but at that point, Haywood Seymour had the easy shot, tried to dish it
being
Anderson there.
Sometimes it's not being selfish taking that shot. Like you're in the paint, take the shot.
That was too unselfish. You literally got a 3-4 foot floater. He's got the short jumper right there. Tried to make that extra pass. Gave Adderley an opportunity to recover on that weak side defense, and he just swatted it. 36-32. Falcons lead. So the Cobras go with Williams, Manass, LaShawn Bassett, Munnings, and Anderson. They're five for this offensive possession. Not paying attention to the shot clock. A critical possession wasted there for the Cobras. Goes back to what we saw them do for a whole lot of the second. And that was not the time for a wasted possession. Falcons can pretty much put this game away here with a score in this possession. Monroe with a step back three, no good, but Adderley is there for the rebound.
Now you just spread the court out
and again, nobody's able to stay in front of Monroe. He's getting the driving lanes whenever he wants to because he's so fast.
he's been doing that for years now. Like that's his game. Just he's almost like a mini Tom out there where you just can't stay in front of him.
Same number too. Wonder if that's on purpose. So Monroe will go to the line again with an opportunity to make some big free throws. He just made two to give Toppy this 4-point lead. Makes another one.
He's been clutching the free throw line in the last 4 free throws.
So Monroe 4 of 4 from the line down the stretch. Gives Toppy a 4-point lead late in this ball game. If you are CC Sweeting right now, where do you go with the ball? Look, listen, before you even answer, anytime analysts do a game, there's always someone that says you don't need the 3. Go for the quick 2.
Exactly what I was going to say.
No! Go for the 3. Go for the 3 right now.
If you make the 3, it's great. But also, I think, we already know what's going to happen. Regardless of whatever it's a 2 or a 3 if they make, they're going to go into a 4-court press, and they're going to go hard in the 4-court press. That's what the CC has been known for the last couple of years. So they're in a half-court possession right now. So I have a feeling they're going to try to drive, get the easy 2, and then put the half-court press on.
So CC Sweeting, at this point in the game, 1 for 15 from 3-point range. So maybe don't go for the 3 here because you never make them.
But they made 1.
They made 1. This would be a good time to make another one.
And there it is. Coaching out the press.
So Manass, he's the only guy that made a 3. He's the one that made the 3 earlier. There he is again.
And once again, they had the chance to be able to get a 5-second on, or even an 8-second violation on Josh, but they were too active. Too, instead of standing still and holding up, the hands were too active, and they got that cheap foul.
So Dames will go to the line, but he struggled today. He's just 2 of 6 from the free throw line, but he makes that one like he never struggled at all. 2 of 9 from the field. Now 3 of 7 from the line. He makes them both. All right, obviously you're going to have to follow somebody else. So Williams has it, thinks about the deep three. He doesn't take it. Anderson misses, long rebound. The Falcons come up with it. There's Brennan with the fast break layup.
And you could pretty much say that was the nail in the coffin there. Or that.
Or this is it.
Now they're all energized. I mean, they look.
Nobody remembers that they were playing at midnight till 1 a.m. So Williams goes around the screen. He pulls up. His three-pointer rims in.
And he has made some big shots in his CC career.
That's the person that you want to foul. I was trying to figure out what was taking them so long. You foul Adderley. 0 for 2 at the line so far today. Falcons lead by 4, 15.7 seconds left. They've made their last 6 from the line, but that was 4 from Monroe.
2 from Josh.
2 from Dames. Adderley missed in his only 2 attempts at the line today.
And just like that, he makes.
But he makes it.
Not the person you want to foul now.
Makes them both, and this is typically not what you see from high school teams. Making every free throw down the stretch when it counts to put the game away. Tabby 6 out of their last 6 from the line. For the game, shooting 61%, 11 for 18, but 6 out of 6 here late in the 4th.
Yeah, and with if they do win the game because it's not over yet, but when they win the game, I'll say
8 out of 8 here late in the 4th.
They'll be playing an afternoon game tomorrow, so they won't have to worry about waking up early. They should be able to rest and recover, and hopefully play the brand of basketball that we're used to seeing Tabernacle play, regardless of who's on the court.
So let's see if CC Sweeting draws up the exact same inbound play that they did a few minutes ago to get that big 3. After going 1 for 15 for about 3 3/4 of this game, maybe 2 of their last 3 from long range. Here's Williams again with another 3. He misses it. Monroe gets it ahead to Brennan. And that'll do it. So Tabernacle will move on. They advance. CC Sweeting gets their first loss.
And then the next game is going to be Doris versus Government High. Probably put the B squad on that one.
So we'll preview that at the end of this game. Joshua Dames here at the line. Tabernacle has just been great down the stretch at the free throw line.
And that we always say that's what wins games. Being able to go to the free throw line and convert.
They've made their last 10.
If UCF had this type of shooting free throw thing, they would have beat Duke.
Yeah. I mean, why you want to relive that?
Interesting choice of music by the DJ at the end of the game. Not this, but the dun 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 dun.
So that'll do it. 46-38. Roma Dean leads Tabernacle with 14 points and 7 boards. Ethan Monroe has 10. Isaiah Brennan finishes with 9. No bench points for Tabernacle, by the way. All done by their starting 5 for the